Um, I'm thinking Manzan Darwin, but since again, VPAC has got no strong position reference to the candidacy and what happens because of the Darwin situation. Strong is being used mildly, please. I'm tired. What do we do to not give the impression that okay, it's Amanda's presidential candidate, Amanda's at the list, that kind of sameness of the old. Is there anyone who Darwin can find who's very strong in that regard, or any other consideration we ought to make? Because we want to be as a pair, as balanced as possible in reference to how we share responsibilities. I don't want to say power. What are your thoughts, yeah?
We can make Francis the deputy representative of the list. He is a geographic and national candidate as well.
What's the negative, if any, implication of him being the head? I guess because you're being presidential candidate, just brainstorming. Let's roll this out.
The normal course of the thing is that the part for the course custom is head of the list, and the presidential candidate are usually one and the same, hence the Granger scenario with APNU, so that he continues to be the head of the list until Parliament is dissolved, etc. So it's just a custom.
I think that this is where our an agreement that I don't know the stage it's at, but we would have had this. I would have really helped in all these things. Of course, we were pressing so hard on the ground to get our list together. So as I said, I just want to ensure the VPAC, in the eyes of those who, of course, support them and don't appear to be just in the dark regarding, or in obscurity regarding this whole process. Yeah, what I think would be healthy for us to do, in the absence of an agreement that is on the table for all parties to peruse, what we can do as principals is, tomorrow, once we get through that stage, let's have a conversation about how do we present ourselves to the public? Because remember, we cannot shy from the media, away from them. We have to engage them at some point, and we have to engage our supporters. I always remind that there's an entire movement that I lead that has been 4 years old. I keep speaking to the structure of leadership, the executive council. So they would have questions as to what role do we play in terms of an agreement, because they've agreed to be a part of something. And with agreements, you have to go back to them and say, okay, then this is what, how we're going to function within this model. I believe in operating in good faith. I think I'm happy that the three of us hold that closely to our hearts. So the three principles in this: we should always operate in good faith. That goes without saying, as I say, but I've said it. And I appreciate that those whom we lead would be inspired, and those whom we seek to represent, or what us represent them, would also be inspired by how we conduct ourselves. So that's very important to me. If you could talk tomorrow, that'd be good.
Hey guys, forgive me for being out of pocket a little bit. I'm now coming back on the opposite side of coming back to Georgetown and Demerara Bridge. I have listened to as much as the voice notes and read as much as I can. Realizing that the leader, the head of the list, would be somewhat of another issue for me. But I'm still wondering, in the interest of fairness for all of us, maybe what if instead of making Francis the deputy, just give that to VPAC, just so all across the board. Again, I'm leaving myself out, but just so everyone sees that, we all have some major role to play here. Because I heard earlier, and I appreciate the the chairmanship, but without the agreement, I don't know what power that has. And we still will have to agree on what is it. Because I heard Nigel question earlier about what is it that he will, or the people's movement will be getting. But I'm hoping that we didn't come this far to have any hiccups now, because I've as would have said earlier, and I'm going to say it again. For me, I just want this to work for all of us. I've listened to you guys, and I would have listened to you guys. That someone's keeping calling and knocking me off, and agreed not to denounce my citizenship. So just let me sit on the outside and still feel like I'm a part of this. I'm asking of both of you, and let's agree and to disagree and move forward and continue to fight, because the bigger picture here right now, like I said, is for us to get into office and put these demons out. That's my little take on this. I'm up for the rest of the night. I can be wherever I need to be, and I'll be there for 7 a.m. I just got back on the other side of the city. I mean, on the Georgetown side. Sorry.
Hey guys, listen, I'm so sorry. We had to write up these things to scan it. What we could do is, once we clear tomorrow, you could actually amend it and switch it around. But because we had to write and scan, we had to send it through in that manner. I asked Roxanne, and she said it could be changed later on, but people want to head home and all of those constraints. So we are at the scanning stage right now.